Should you fire up Fortnite? It's the Wiener Man. Hey there, boy. To answer this question, it is up to you. I'm gonna just give you my opinion on the game. So without further ado, let's get started with your head ass, with your neck ass. Starting off with the story. Not much of a story here. If you came looking for a story, position of attention, boom, about face, and just walk away with your curious ass. Essentially, a random storm comes from nowhere that produces zombies that are half skeletons. Cause you can see the, like, what is that? That basically want to smack you around and terrorize everything you build that is around things that they want. Or, you know, they have random objectives. You or that building or their sleep, what they sleeping as, it varies, man, whatever, I don't know. It's up to you and whoever the fuck else to stop it and figure out how this happened. Not going any deeper because I can't. It obviously exists so to make it seem as if you're working towards a goal, which I applied this game for because you will need something to keep your head ass going after hours of doing the same fucking. I apologize, we will get to that soon, but yeah, not really a story here, so let's move on to the gameplay. But before I continue, I'd like to point out that this game is in early access. The base game is 40 bones and it'll be free in 2018. Yeah, it's not really stated anywhere on or in the game. LOL. Give me that money. Gameplay. First cooking this game up, I was excited and it was fun. You could go around with your little mining looking ass and tear down and gather just about anything here. There are 3 main resources you gather that can be used to create forts, hence the name. Wood, bricks, and metal. With wood being the weakest and metal being the strongest. You will whack at things to no end. I mean, look. You can make walls, floors, roofs, fences, stairs, which you can then modify to help fend off the inevitable horde, like making a doorway or putting up low walls to slow them down. There are also crafting items which you can find by searching things before destroying it. You use these items to create weapons and traps. There's a tier system in place for all your crap, or cards they like to call it, I guess. But they didn't seem to add much of a difference, at least not early on. And they want you to upgrade them to make them better, just so they could break on your ass later. Like what the f? What is this? I'm not saying that's a bad mechanic, but I really don't like to upgrade something that I know I'm gonna lose later. I'm not really complaining about it. It brings an added layer of, you know, gameplay with the weapons being, you know, broken, but they want you to update or upgrade them. But I don't really want to upgrade something I know that will be lost later. But I mean, to each his own. Now, all of these things are used by the playable characters called heroes. You gather heroes by completing quests, side quests, or opening up loot llamas. Not loot chest. Loot llamas. And they freaking talk. You have different classes of heroes. Constructor class, ninja class, soldier class, outlander class. They have unique abilities, but nothing too serious as to where you will need one more than the other in various situations. Like the ninjas can double jump and the constructors can create stronger buildings. You can send your heroes out on search missions to bring back resources or survivors while you continue on your build and destroy journey. It's no quick trip though. It will take them hours, days even, to come back with the mission success or failure. Sometimes I forgot I even sent them just to come back with nothing. That's probably because I sent them by themselves. But anyways, there are other people that are in this game, such as defenders and survivors. You can summon defenders via a ground placement and they'll help you defend against the storm. Survivors are tangible cards that serves as buffs. You know what, speaking of buffs, hold on, let's get to this. Let's get into this goddamn skill tree. What the is this? No, what is this?
These nuts.
Look at it! It's ugly, isn't it? You look at it! You look at it! 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 I want all of you to look at it!
The skill tree is like a dictionary filled with useless words that aren't ever really used like that. There are some skills that are helpful, like calling down airstrikes and healing, and later on you get like teleports. But there are small stat boosters that are seamlessly added to your character or fort or who the f cares. This skill tree is all over the place and it's more than one. I mean, I like a nice skill tree, but I want my skill tree to have meaning, you know, but that's just me. 90% of the skill tree is honestly pointless. You unlock the other skill trees by forcing yourself to tear shit down, build shit up, shoot, rinse, and repeat until you get through this godforsaken quest line that at first made me happy until I started to complete it. There are quests, but it's like 3 or 4 variations. Not even, and these variations are essentially the same thing. Pick a mission between the levels that aren't lower than these nuts and find these nuts before completing the actual mission, which will either be build a damn fort and fight the horde, or find and kill zombies, or find survivors. You'll be doing this over and 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 over. And at first you won't be realizing it, because every time you build some shit you would try to make it all nice and cool like a fucking mansion, just to never see it again after fighting off these idiots. Then fatigue sets in and you're wondering, what the f have I been doing the last 20 hours? Yeah, rinse and repeat. Now before I head on, I have something to ask. I know this is a game, not everything makes sense, not even in real life, but what the is going on here? These nuts! Like, there's a computer like right here. My little quest here says download something, whatever this is, from these random computers. This computer is not hooked up to anything. This is not a laptop. This is like an old 90s Mac. Like, why am I, what is, somebody who did this? Where you at? Why is there a computer on this ground? Anyways, I apologize. There are 4 different areas that are sectioned off by base level. Each of these levels have a home base which you can call your own, which is nice for those who like to build things and see them grow as you return resources from the repetitive missions you set out on. You can go there once unlocked whenever you please to build a base. There'll be quests down the line where you can expand the size of the barrier that you're defending, which gives you more room to create things and place traps however you like. You can give permissions to your friends where you guys can get together and create something massive. Like I said before, you can only access them by completing a line of quests in each previous section before advancing. That is if you can build and defend over and over until you accidentally build a way to the uninstall button. You know what I'm just saying. It's right there. And then these fucking loot llamas got something to fucking say all the time. You know I'm about to whoop your ass. Like, what do you mean?
I put out the hits.
Now it's not too bad with the microtransactions, but these llamas are silly as I mean, just look.
Who loves treasure? Everyone? Great! Upgrade! Little llama, big loot! Hooray!
I've opened about 50 llamas within 20 hours of gameplay, so I never felt pressured into buying one of these pinatas. But if they were to change that, then good luck with this fucking game, cause boy, you need those llamas. The quest rewards can be a bit stingy, with the quests themselves being find this and do that again and again and again and again. Some good voice acting though. By the way, you will hear the same songs or instrumentals at least all the way till Plankerton. I just can't anymore. Basically, it's the same shit. All jokes aside, is it worth to fire up? Is it worth to fire up? Well, as I said before, this game will be free to play. It is currently early access, and there are several types you can buy from. I bought the base game and I didn't feel like I was left out of anything. It was also 40 bones, so you can't really go wrong with that. It's not a terrible game. It actually looks great with the art design, and I experienced few server connection issues. Probably the most polished early access game I have played upon initial release. The tougher the enemies, the more fun you will have, since it gives you an added layer of gameplay other than just running around shooting at weak targets. If you like to build and create things endlessly while gathering the same few resources, then this game is definitely for you. The quests are not varied enough, yet this game will take you days to get to the end. It's a lot of content, but not much variety. I honestly fell asleep a few times playing this game because I found myself doing basically the same thing over and over. I like building my own creations, but it's just not a variety, and the combat mechanics are basic yet rewarding against tougher enemies. And there are various types of enemies, but that gets old as well. Shooting, building, repairing is fun initially, but personally I got tired very quick due to the fact that the first 20 hours of the game is easy and repetitive. At the end of the day, or night, if it takes more than 20 hours to get to the meat of the game, you're doing it wrong. That's almost an entire day wasted on doing nothing but grinding at the beginning of the game. But to each its own. But that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully I gave you guys enough to make your own decisions. Just a small review with some facts and opinions mixed. I don't have much else to say but like, subscribe, and join me next time to fight some video games with your head at.